Hello, my loves. It is me, Soulful Sight, and I wanted to get into some October stuff for us. Kind of talk about what we came through in September and see what October has. And as y'all know, I'm gonna talk a little bit of crap. I'm probably gonna talk a lot of crap, but it's all gonna be with the best intention and the best way of helping you grow and be fabulous. Of course, I am going to put the timestamps for your individual sign groups. So once you look in the description, you'll be able to see your timestamp, go right to your sign. But if you do have placements in other signs and you feel drawn to it, go where you need to go. You may get messages from little bits here and there, kind of all over the place. So definitely do what you feel. And if you would like to book a personal reading, you have only to hit me up. I am definitely available to answer some questions for you. Okay, so let's get into it. Do a quick breather. Okay, so my earth signs. You guys are the first ones that came up, and I had to jot down some notes because I was getting some stuff all over the place for everybody. For my fellow earthlings, as I like to call it, I love, 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 love this for you. Okay. A lot of you guys have been spent the bulk of this year, right? Literally up to now, up to today as you're reading this, trying to identify what you needed to work on. Because I feel like a lot of you have felt like you were stuck, felt like you were blocked, felt like you were lost. You didn't know what you were going, but you knew you needed to move. Like you knew that you were hitting up against something and you needed movement and couldn't move. So here's the thing. I feel like a lot of you have been trying to figure out why and what needed to happen and what you needed to change, but you've been ignoring the answer. Some of you have been getting them answers, and they're, for those of us that are very into the synchronicities of seeing angel numbers, of seeing signs in the environment, music and things of that nature, have been seeing them signs and literally ignoring the red flags as they have been waving in front of us, right? Just going, nah, that can't be it. What I'm glad about is that so many of you finally gave up and gave in and started accepting what some of those things are that you needed to work on. I don't know if you realize that those are the things that are going to get you unstuck, but they are. And whether it's a particular situation or set of situations, or it's the resolution of situations and different traumas and things that you have from previous. It is part of the stuck feeling because it's things that have to be gotten through, acknowledged, respected, worked out, worked over, gotten over, right? So for you guys, this October does feel like some hard growth that you guys have coming, some hard lessons you're having to jump through kind of deal. But the resolution at the end of it is extremely satisfying. I try and do like end of the year stuff, but for some of you, I feel like end of the year does really start now. And again, October does feel like you guys are going to go through some shaky stuff. It does feel like you guys are still going to have some hard things almost in your face happening, right? But because you've kind of given in now and gone, you know what, whatever it is, I'm down. I can't be like this anymore. I feel just, ugh. You'll see it right away. You'll understand it almost right away. Some of you are in it now. I feel like a lot of you, it does really have to do with a lot of interpersonal relationships. And not just romantic, family relationships, friend relationships, even relationships with people that you have maybe in a career or partnership kind of capacity, where there were boundaries that weren't being adhered to, where it was very uneven. The give and take was really, really ridiculous. But that all had core things to do with you deep down. The things that you hadn't necessarily recognized or trauma from a very long time ago that you're still kind of dealing with. So I'm super happy for you guys that you are starting to understand it and recognize it and actually start to deal with it. So October, a little sucky, but on the other end of it, you're going to feel a lot better. And you won't feel stuck once some of this releases. And you'll see other things start to open up because you've released and gotten rid of space for new things to come in, right? So I want to say for you guys for October, blessings. I'm sending you a boost. Matter of fact, all you guys go ahead and breathe in real quick for me. 1, 2, 3. And out. And keep that breathing, and I'm going to send you guys a quick little boost. Whew. And after that, y'all should definitely feel strong enough. Okay. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing month celebrating however you celebrate. Have fun and just get through it, get over it, and be good. Love, peace, and hair grease. Bye. Okay, my fire babies, my fire babies. How y'all doing? You know, fellow Leo here, fellow fire sign. Okay, so this has been a year. And of course, in our true fiery fashion, right, we've been burning ourselves the hell out. And some of us, the burning has been burning ourselves out with worry, with fear. Sometimes it's with fear of moving up in the world. Sometimes it's with fear of moving on from wherever we are or wherever we think we're stable, wherever we think is a good thing, even though we know it might not be, right? I feel like October actually feels like the closing of that cycle, right? Typically, we see like the end of the year as the closure, right? December is the very end of the year. January is the next year, and we're going to start blah, 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 blah. I feel like for the fire signs, it's actually coming a bit early. It's actually starting, now. And that is only because our stubborn asses have finally gotten to a place of acceptance to an extent. So I wouldn't even totally say acceptance because some of us are blockheads. I would say acknowledgement, then acceptance of things that really needed to happen, right, in our lives. Because for a lot of the fire signs, the transformation has for sure been emotional, but it's been transformation that's been setting itself up for a while. And I don't just mean this year. There's some things that are happening in this transformative time for fire signs that have been set up for the past 3 years. And I keep hearing 3. I feel like 3 is a really magical number for a lot of us. And so October, what I feel still may feel a little teeny bit shaky, but it's different from being like a teeny bit shaky as things are starting to settle from falling off a cliff rocky like things have been. Because I feel like for a lot of my fire signs, it's been boom, 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 and not even really realizing that that's because there were so many things that needed to be done, needed to be accepted, needed to just really happen to knock our sense in, to knock our common, okay, yo, come on, right? So, but October to me though, it feels abundant. It's fall harvest kind of thing. We just passed, autumn equinox just a little bit ago, and this is when we harvest things. So I feel like for my fire signs, we are harvesting now, or just about to be, the stuff that we just finally got over. A lot of us, it was ego. And it doesn't seem like it was ego, but it was ego that had to break down. It was the fantastic ability that none of us have to ask for help that had to happen. It was some of us, some really hard emotional things that had to be acknowledged. And like I had to tell my earth signs, once we get into that mode of acceptance and starting to release those things, that's when that abundance and that other stuff can come in, because now there's space for it. Right? There wasn't space for it before. We were dealing with all kind of manner of stuff we had no business still dealing with that, was forcing us to, no, we have to let that go. So I'm proud of you guys, my fire signs, because that shit's not easy. It's not. The burning out is what, almost debilitates you, but really lets you know some things have got to change. Right? So you guys are going to come out on the other side a lot clearer. Like I said, October, there still may be some little shakes, but not nearly as bad as it has been this past few months, honestly. This year's been very transformative, but this past few months has been a doozy. So there's going to be a lot more happiness, a lot more joy, a lot more fun. October feels actually like the start to the really, really good part for you guys. So I'm happy for you. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Get you some citrine, turn that negative energy into positive healing energy. Get you some blue kyanite. Make sure you can vocalize that truth that you've been holding on, even if it's needing to vocalize it to yourself. Okay. Because that's the hardest part, right? Everybody else can see it except us, because we don't want to. And that's what really needs to happen. And then just get yourself some time, whether your finances can handle it or not. Self-care does not have to be expensive. Literally find something small to do for yourself that makes you just feel good with nothing else attached to it. That literally just makes you feel good. Super important. Okay. I love you guys. Flame on. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay. My air folks. Light as a cloud. My air signs. I feel so good for you guys. I feel like so many of you guys right now are in a space that you haven't been in a long time. And I realize it's not, I'm going to talk to the two different sides of my air signs, actually. So for one side, I feel like you guys actually are in a carefree space that you guys haven't been in quite a while. I don't even know if some of you can remember when the last time you were in this good of a space. And it's not because you don't care about things. It's not because you're being dismissive about things. It's because you finally started putting your foot down on those boundaries you've been crap at. And it's paying off in your mental health, right? And I'm so happy for you guys, because that's a beautiful place to be. October for you guys literally feels like freedom. And I think it's literally from the freedom of the weight and the pressure you've been putting on yourselves, whether it's from a person, place, thing, is up to you. But it's from the weight of the freedom. Now, the other side of my air signs, y'all are doing the opposite and not caring about things and being dismissive. And that's how you're putting your mental health forward. And that's not what we need to do. We need to enact those boundaries so that we are healthy. And sometimes that literally means not being the life of the party. Sometimes that means saying no. Sometimes that means missing out on some things because you just have too much going on. And yes, we do need to prioritize fun. We do need to prioritize happiness. We need the balance. Sometimes you just need to sleep. You just need a nap. You just need a bath. You just need to chill and not. And that's where you start to actually feel the freedom of the pressure that you've been putting on yourselves. Because my air signs, it's not like you. It's not like you to do all this to yourselves. And you know it's not, because you've been feeling different. You've been feeling that this isn't even me. Why am I dealing with this? Why am I going through this? Blah, 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 blah. You know it. Do something about it now. For those parts of my air signs, October for you feels a little rougher because you're having to start enacting that, but November will be a lot clearer. A lot clearer. So I would actually suggest you guys going back up to the earth sign portion of the video and accepting the energy boost that I sent, because it'll help you guys with that too. Okay. Love you guys. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'll talk to you later. Last but not least, my water babies. My water babies. What I heard for you guys literally is the flow of change. Okay. Some of y'all are literally on the precipice, the very teetering little teensy edge where your toes are barely hanging on, of major changes happening. Major changes. And this is going to sound crazy. Don't overthink it. Which is like, what? All I do is overthink. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, stop. Because has it been helping you? Hell no. What it's been doing is making you worse. For some of you guys, you know that there are major changes that have needed to happen, that are overdue from happening. And the fear of the unknown from that. And I'm not going to dismiss the fear that's in taking a leap of faith. Okay. That's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. For some of you, you've known for a while that that's needed to happen, right? That's needed to happen. Excuse me. For some of you, a lot of the changes that are happening are interpersonal relationship changes. And then also I'm feeling very there's career things or job things that need to change. I mean, major industry things that need to change, and stuff like that. So you guys have been having, for a while, you guys have been having a hard time releasing the older stuff, even though you're ready to. You've been ready to. But then the overthinking also kind of sets in. And what if this? And what if this? But if this happens, then I'm going to have to do this. And if this happens, then I won't have it. Y'all go into I have never seen a set of people, well, okay, maybe a couple, that literally overthink at the rate that y'all do. That shit's amazing and terrible and horribly unhealthy, and you got to stop. And I know that's easier said than done. This is coming from another overthinker. I'm a production coordinator. I have to overthink for a living, okay? And the way I learned to stop was literally to say no. I had to close my eyes and say no. And imagine all of the thoughts almost coming in like they were hitting a wall that I've put up, and I've pushed them away because they were not helping. They weren't helping. For you guys that have these major changes happening, all of the changes are good changes. They just may not seem that way to begin with. They may seem harder at the beginning to deal with, but they were things that were needed for your growth. You guys are the most healing, empathetic of people that feel so deeply. And this needs to be feeling like it's healing for you. So the major takeaway for you guys is stop the overthinking. Just do. You're going to overthink yourself out of a blessing. You're going to overthink yourself out of something good happening. You're going to overthink yourself into more stress that you cannot afford. Because some of y'all got medical stuff happening because your stress level's that bad. And you know who I'm talking to. You got to chill and let it be what it's going to be. And watch it come out so much better on the other side. Okay. October for you guys is definitely change. If it's not the major change happening in October, you get notification that it's about to happen. You'll get told, okay, this is happening this day. This is going to change on this day. This is going to change because of this. So you're actually kind of being given the gift of being able to mentally and physically prepare yourself as much as you can, right? Take it in stride. Give thanks for every blessing that you have, because God will always show up and show out. And just allow yourself to let things happen for you. Okay? I love you guys. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.